wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Look, I'm already giggling. As you can see by the title, today I am doing a video on how I smelled Beyonce's Perfume at the concert the other day and want to give my thoughts in case anyone was, thinking of checking it out. It is available for pre-order right now. It's not going to ship until November. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, let's go. So if you guys did not know, she is coming out with a fragrance. It retails for 160 dual hairs for 1.7 fluid ounces. They showed her holding the bottle, I think yesterday. You can kind of see what it looks like. And as far as the information on it, the fragrance notes, the top: clementine, golden honey, heart, rose absolute, jasmine, and the base: Namibian Myra, golden amber. So like I said at the show the other day, and then they even have pictures of people smelling it at the different shows on the website. A girl was walking around shortly after we got into the stadium and she was like, "Hey, do you guys want to smell Beyonce's new fragrance?" So we were like, yeah, because I blind buy fragrances to begin with. So when I saw it, I was like, absolutely, let me get a hold of it. She gave me these. So I'm gonna give you my first reaction off of it. So I smell it. First of all, baby, talk about strong, okay? It hits you right in the face, and then, the actual smell hit me in the face, and I smelled it. And the first thing that I thought of was man. Now, I didn't use that word man, but I was like, this smells like a man. It gave very masculine first whiff of it that you get in your face, but think a very masculine fragrance that's floral based. That's what it gave to me. Now, I was there with Faye at the shows. We both smelled it, and I said that, and my reaction was very, ooh, okay. And she was like, really? Because I don't feel like mine is that strong. So I go smell her sticks, and it actually was completely different smelling. Well, not completely different, but it definitely was not as strong when it hit my nose smelling her. So I don't know if it's based off how close it was or how much was sprayed onto the little thing, but even after smelling hers, it did give very strong floral fragrance. So both of us were just kind of like, okay, but not my own sticks. After smelling her sticks, because I'm not gonna lie, the first whiff of my own, I was giving very much so Now, after smelling my own sample, would I like that smell on a man? Yes, but it depends if I like unisex type fragrances, stuff like that. And I feel like it kind of would make sense for the fragrance to be unisex, because obviously, especially with this album, this tour, it is very unisex if you look at the demographic that is going. So I feel like it would make sense to make a fragrance that is unisex so that men and women can wear it. But I'd be picky on the unisex fragrances that I like. Usually I like the ones where it's just a little bit more feminine, but a man can also wear it and smell really nice. But this one, at least when I first smelled it, was giving just very much so. This is kind of giving cologne. After smelling hers, I was like, okay, smelling a more tamed version of it. I don't have the same thoughts that I had a few seconds ago, but am I still as excited about this fragrance? Not so much, if we're being completely honest. At the time, when we were standing there, it was giving very much so is this something that I could see myself picking up in the future if it ever comes to Ulta or Sephora, anything like that? Yeah, sure. Especially because I'm not fully sure if I like it or not, and I can't really make that decision because I wasn't able to spray it on myself. It's sprayed on here, and it makes a very big difference spraying it or smelling it on a tester like this and then smelling how it mixes with your body chemistry. So at the time I was like, will I see myself buying it in the future? Probably. But am I gonna go pre-order it right now, or do I need to get it as soon as it comes out? I don't know. Y'all know I'm not the biggest floral girl out there when it comes to fragrances. Now, I was gonna say, if you're more of the Baccarat, Flower Bomb, Possessoir, Jo Malone, those, you guys know those, especially fancy type of floral fragrances, then you'll smell this and immediately be in love with it, especially if it mixes really well with your body chemistry. I was going to say, if you're more of the fruity, juicy, those type of sweet fragrance type of girlies, this may not be for you. Or may not be for you, but you might buy it because you can't smell it beforehand and be a little disappointed once you get it. That's what I was going to say until I picked this up to film this video. So it is Friday. I went to the show on Monday, which means I have had this for 5 days now. Baby, when I tell you that honey and what was the other one? Clementine, baby. Absolutely. Also the fact that, you know, it's not as strong, of course, as it was on Monday, but that, you know, it hasn't like worn off or anything like that 5 days later. Now, if this is how it's going to mix with my body chemistry, if I blind purchase this, I would like this. Absolutely, like right out of the thing. Like I said, I don't know what it was when it came to how much was sprayed on here, how it was sprayed, also the fact that it's on a tester and not my skin. But right now, you can smell those top notes that it was pointing out, and it is giving a little bit more of that sweetness to it that, I can't think of a sweet type of fragrance that the sweetness side of this reminds me to, but I did end up thinking of a more like floral-y type of fragrance that the floral side of this reminds me to. Hold on one second. You remember this? Talk about a throwback, okay? This heat, and it's starting to make sense now, because when you first spray this out, it gives very floral, you know, a little bit of Granny's purse at the bottom right there, and then once it like starts to dry down, you get a little bit more of that fruity, that juiciness out of this one. Now that I'm thinking, it's making sense now. The one that is coming out in November, that is what it's giving. When I smelled it on Monday, first, the only thing that hit me in the face was floral notes, right? And now here we are on Friday, you know, it's like once it dries down, once it, you know, calms down, that's when you start to get that honey out of it, that this, that, and third, which has now changed my mind. And for anyone who says anything, no, I am not saying it is heat repackaged, because like I said, this is floral, but the dry down is juicy, where the dry down of the one coming out in November is like honey, that type of sweetness. But it is giving very similar scents there, which, you know, makes sense because it's fragrances coming out by the same person. So now I'm just kind of like, I want it. The thing is, I want that honey dry down. I need to smell it with my own body, like, well, on my own body. That is the issue. I need to smell it on me and how it plays with my body chemistry, because if my body chemistry gives me that honey, I'm here for it. If it gives me that floral granny's purse, I'm mad. Now, will I buy it? I mean, baby, I said in the beginning of the video that I will most likely end up buying this, and I collect perfumes anyway. So even if I buy it and, you know, I get the opposite of what I said I would prefer when it dries down and mixes with my body chemistry, it's also Beyonce, so I was gonna collect it anyway. But would I say that this is something I would recommend that you blind buy if you don't collect fragrances, if you're not trying to drop the 160 on something that you might end up not liking? Probably not. I would say maybe wait, see if it will be launched in stores later, or if someone that you know will purchase it, and you'll be able to smell it in person. I just don't think, you know, given what I just said, that it's one that if someone buys it and they don't like it, that you'll be happy. Like me, honestly, I probably wouldn't care. But I'm thinking, you know, for y'all. But you see how my opinion changed from the beginning of this video to the end. If you don't, you know, blind buy fragrances for that reason, because you're not trying to have that guessing game or something after you already spent the money, then I would say maybe, you know, hold out, wait a little bit, see other people after they purchase it. They'll post videos, of course, and then, you know, maybe you can make your decision off of that. But again, 5 days later, here I am saying that I like it much more than I did the initial smell, the initial whiff. So those are my thoughts on smelling Beyonce's fragrance. So yeah, y'all, those are my thoughts on the new fragrance by Beyonce. I don't even remember what it's called. I'm just call it Renaissance Baby. But those are my thoughts. If you have smelled it at any of the concerts down below, let me know what your thoughts on it. I was like, I know I'm not tripping, because again, I wasn't like, as soon as I smelled it, so I tweeted about it, and my cousin who had gone to the show a couple days before, she had replied and she was like, yeah, it was like a 6 out of 10 for me, which is like, that's what it was when I first smelled it. Again, after that initial masculine-ish smell went away, I was just kind of like, oh, Okay, so if you have gone to any of the shows and you smelled it, or if you're going to any of the future shows, be on the lookout because the girls are walking around, you know, handing out the testers. That's another thing you can do if you're going to the concert and you want to smell it before you purchase it. Think of that as well. But those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, notification bells down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. No, like, really? Why can't it just be this scent right out of the bottle? I don't want no changes, no nothing. It should have just... This honey, Miss Honey, Miss Honey.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.